Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to Building Velocity. This is going to be part 3 of our beast mode stretch of the AK-917. Got the front end off the old chassis. We're going to tear it down so we can put the upgrades on it. One of the things I noticed when I took it apart was it looks like this diff has been leaking pretty good. You can see a lot of it on the chassis there so we'll take it apart, figure out what that was. I do have some spare gaskets and stuff that came with the car. When you buy them, they come with some extra diff gaskets and stuff, so we're gonna lock the front diff as well. So we'll go through that in a little more detail on this one. Hopefully the video don't get too long. But if it does, just stick with us, and this might be a video by itself at some point, just locking the diff. But yeah, we're gonna get the diff out of there. We're gonna get these dudes put on the new chassis so we can start putting the upgrades on. But we'll get this thing blown apart and we'll start putting stuff on, guys. Okay guys, we got it ready for the first of the lower shafts to go on. See if we can figure out which ones those are. So these are the top. That makes these the bottom. Once again, guys, some pretty hefty droop screws on this guy. We'll get them installed once we figure out what direction these guys go. Put the spacers on there. Okay, I believe that it goes like so. And then this one goes like so. This dude goes in there. And the shorter screws always go into the aluminum parts. There is some longer screws, but most of those went into plastic. So just gotta try to put the right screws back into the right place. And some of them you won't have a choice because they don't send new screws with all these parts. So, but that is nice and tight, guys, no wobble in there. Now we're gonna get these dudes put on. This is one of the examples of they didn't come with the screws, and when you replace with plastic parts, you got to put the longer screws back in there, but they fit fine. We'll get these dudes back in there. That's weird, guys. So whenever the chassis was drilled, they didn't finish the hole here. So I'm gonna have to get my drill bit out and finish that hole. Sometimes things just happen, guys. It's just part of it. This stuff is custom, so just be ready for little things like this. But I'll get the drill bit out, we'll clear that hole, and we'll get this dude in there. All right, guys. We got those holes drilled out, and we got the diff mounts installed. So she's good to go. Like I said, they were already mostly drilled through. They had done the countersinking and everything, so I knew where the hole was. Just had to clear it out. And then the diff fits down in there just like it should. Still need to pull this diff apart and lock it. So I'm gonna go through that. You can still see there's some play in this dude. So we're gonna try to tighten it up, take it apart, and lock it. I would normally maybe leave it, but it's pretty loose. I've had some issues with it getting drug off the road with the diff slipping, so we're gonna lock it up anyway. It can cause some damage to some drive shafts when you crash, but it's just part of it. So we're gonna take it apart and get her locked up and get this gear off. All right, guys, so this diff, the gear comes off right over the top of the bearing, and then you're just left with the little diff here, and the case will just crack open. And just like the other one, not much oil in there. So we're gonna take this first gear here, the one that I'm gonna put on the bottom, and on each one of these posts, I'm gonna put 2 washers on each side. We'll slide that dude back in here. And of course you want the flat spot on that dude facing up. So when you put the other gear on there, it meshes right. This one, we're just gonna do 1 on each side. There we go. She's back in there. We're gonna line these holes up here. And see, there's a gap. So we're just gonna ease it down a couple turns at a time on each screw and just go straight across as you're tightening them. You wanna, I just do a few turns until I get this dude all the way down. Different diffs, they all pretty well work the same, guys. So whether it's this particular washer or some other smaller washer, if you got smaller cars, this technique should work. Now, I didn't discover this. I learned this from Top Speed Mitchell Miner. He did it on his cars, and he he's very fast, guys. I mean, so I did this on my Typhon. On the rear, I put a bot locker in the front, and I just left it like that. And then I, rather than spend the money on a locker for the back, I did this, and it's been like that for nearly 2 years, and it works fine. And there it is, guys. A locked 917 Diff. It does not turn. Is 100% locked. You want to make sure that whatever direction forward is on this dude, that this one turns the same direction. So that should be it right there. Because these diffs will fit upside down, guys. If you turn it upside down, but now the diff would be turning backwards, that won't be turning forwards. So make sure you get it in there correctly. And there you have it, guys. Locked diff. And you have, now this goes over the shocks, or over the diff, like so. And then we'll have to put our upper arms on, guys, because the steering and everything's got to slide through there. We're gonna throw them dudes on here first. Slide this dude up in there. Alrighty. Gonna get the holes lined up right, guys, because this is going into aluminum now instead of plastic. Guys, I'm sorry if you can't see this as well. I didn't change the camera angle back from when I was working on the diff, so it's a little bit off there. I did have another fellow reach out to me. We were talking about these rear arms, and he did say that he used, because these broke so much in the beginning, that he started using these front arms in the rear. I did not know that they would fit. I'm gonna when I'm building the 917, because I'm not gonna use all the upgrade parts, I'm just gonna use the old parts from this as spares. So when we build the 917, I'm gonna see if these arms fit back here, which they actually, holding them up, look like they will. So that's a kind of a game changer back there if they fit and they work well. A little less fine adjustment, but maybe they'll work. We'll see. We'll try them out on the other 917, because I'm just basically going to end up with 2 917s at this point. This one's just going to be fully upgraded, better chassis, the upgrades, and then it's going to have a Delta Plastics 917 body on it rather than the stock body. So the other one, I'm going to use the 787 top brace so that I can mount my servo up here, but that's it. It'll still have a 917 body on it. So that's the front end together, guys. For the most part, we're going to put the hubs on and stuff still, but yeah, she's coming together. All right, guys, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for part 3. In part 4, we'll get all the mechanicals wrapped up, get everything mounted. We'll have the drive shafts in, the front hubs in, the bumper on. We'll have all that stuff ready to go, except for the body. So we'll have the drive shaft and everything worked out. That stuff will be in there, or we'll be putting it in there. But we're gonna wrap this up. This video is getting a little long. So anything that we used in this video, I'll try to link down below. If there's something that I miss and you guys want to link to it, let me know and I'll put it, if I can, down in the description. Otherwise, guys, check out Beast Mode. This chassis is awesome. If you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not, hit that subscribe button, guys. Leave us a comment, leave us a like, and we will see you in the next one. Have an awesome day.